Hello. So it's me again, and I'm just doing a quick update again. You can probably hear people coughing in the background and the faint sounds of our printer going because I'm getting ready for yet another convention. It's funny because I just finished watching a YouTube video on toxic productivity and driving yourself to a point where you're just having burnout and everything like that. And I always have to ask myself about that because I have in the past I have worked myself too hard, and I have pushed myself to the point of burnout. And I think I'm even still coming back from that now. But I've also taken some time to try and make sure that doesn't happen again. And so when I talk about where I'm at right now and what I'm doing, because in the past, in the past month, I have been, from the beginning of August, I have traveled to three different places. Two of them in Canada, one outside of Canada, and two of them were conventions. One was visiting my mom, and let's just say those were all very big trips. I mean, I went from one end of Canada to the other side of Canada. So if you're down in the States, that would be like flying from LA to New York, basically exactly that. So yeah. And so there's been a lot of traveling, a lot of working on stuff. Well, it's mostly been promoting because I've been going to conventions, and I still have one more left. And then the week after that, I'm going to visit family again because Canadian Thanksgiving. So there's just a lot of moving and traveling and running around. And so I have to think to myself about, am I trying to do too much? And in this instance, I would say I'm pushing myself. And I would say that, yes, they're pushing myself a bit too much, but at the same time, I'm recognizing that, B, I'm trying to take every single moment I can to rest. And I'm cutting out projects that I don't think will fit into this time frame. Like, for example, I have like this weekend and then next weekend, and I was going to see where I was at with a comic because I wanted to do like a part of it to do like a preview. And I realized that there's no way I'm going to be able to viably get that ready, have it ready to go by the time I leave. So that is growth for me. And keeping things very simple, recognizing that I cannot do this, and that's just the way it's going to be. Because there are things I will push myself on, and that's not one of them. I have to, especially when I realized I had to redo a page. The page was not at all where it needed to be, and it just fell flat, and I just needed to redo it. And as a result, I'm just like, I will not be anywhere near ready for getting this done. Which was, I mean, I'm not going to say I wasn't disappointed, but at the same time, I recognized it. But I just kind of give like little bits of updates as I'm going. It's really fun. And I also wanted to reflect on my previous visit to because my last convention was last weekend, and it was Rose City Comicon, and it was amazing. there were people who were just so welcoming there, friendly, and I had a really positive, like just positive vibes, and also just people were really, really interested in my art and in my dad's books. So it was everything I needed it to be. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for at the end of the month here. It's just gonna be comics. It's not there. It's just, that's really, really comic focused. So I'm gonna be bringing artwork, and I'm gonna be printing off some more comics before I go. Hence the printer in the background, because next weekend I want to be getting everything ready to go and packing up, and it'll be like all last minute stuff because I don't want to have to rush everything. And I think that's good look for me. It is, and I'm feeling really happy that I'm able to say that I am not rushing everything, and that I am just taking the time that I need to get things done. Except for when it comes to like editing novels. That just has to go faster. But that's one of the things I'm working on this weekend is I'm trying to figure out, I've had a couple different novels of my dad's that I wanted to work on, and I'm kind of going back and forth as to which one I want to actually like finish to completion, and which one is the next easiest one to finish to completion. And I'm thinking that's going to be Plague Wizard still. It also doesn't matter that I'm like, if you've seen my channel, I read it out loud, and I had some feelings about it. And I think the channel, I think the chapters that were on there, I think mostly got taken down. I'm not really sure how that worked out. It's fine. Because there's just, so I have to rethink that myself as to whether or not I don't know where I was going with that. But I really like that. I really like the story, and I think it speaks, because it's the Plague Wizards, right? So it is about a plague. It was hard to read at the time because I was reading it in the middle of the lockdown, like the first lockdown. So it was a bit, oh no, it was like it was like later on in the summer. So it was still a bit of a harrowing read, honestly, but it was good. It was worth it. And I think I really like the story idea. I just have to like go through it and make sure that everything's, I have to figure out where I left off, because I know that I was editing it in August, and then I took a break because I knew I had to do a bunch of traveling, and now I have to try and get back to it, and that's going to be fun. And this is the other thing, is trying to figure out, because I wasn't doing so much book editing before when I was going to conventions. I kind of taken a little bit of a hiatus, and so now getting back into it, I have to try and figure out how that schedule is going to work and how it's going to be doable. Like, that's the important thing, is the sustainability of it. But yeah, so I'm not really sure. I'm thinking about trying to do some videos of me working on comics, but I'm gonna see how that works out, because I know that I was having problems with lag the last time, because I'm just doing like screen share and then just talking as I go. But I'll see. I'm still trying to debate on whether I want to go ahead with that or not, because sometimes it takes longer for me to get work done because I'm busy trying to talk and explain things. But I don't know. It's a possibility I'm rolling around in my head right now. But for now, I am going to go see where the printer is at, because there's still a lot of pages coming out. Because I also found out that I still have to send off 2 copies of one of the comics to the legal deposit for Canada. It's kind of like the Library of Congress for the United States, but we get free ISBNs up here, and when we do that, they want to collect. It's nice to do if you can send them some books. Send them 2 copies of the book that you've printed, or a draft of it. And so I want to do my part and send it off. So that's why I'm printing off even an extra 2 copies above and beyond. I figured while I'm printing it off anyway, I may as well print off these other 2 copies. And it works. So now I'm just so many pages. Like, if you think about it, there's 8 pages. 8 pages, but then I'm printing off 7 copies. So that's 42 times. Yeah. It's not a small amount. So just waiting on that. And they're all like on the best printing, so it takes even longer, because you can do like a draft mode, which is faster, but this is super hoity-toity and nice. Yeah. So having said that, I'm just rambling. So I guess I'll talk to you all later when I am in a updatey mood. But thanks for tuning in. Take care.